Odds are, during your lifetime, you will experience an event that you consider an emergency. Activation of the 911 system is easy as the name implies. But how would you feel if you had to wait for a squad car, fire engine, or an ambulance? These are essential services people sometimes take for granted. But in these economic times, communities only have finite resources. So any added stress on this system can have serious repercussions. Today I want to talk about the 911 system and the problem of misuse and abuse of the system. The 911 system includes police departments, fire departments, first responders, and ambulances, as well as dispatchers who dispatch appropriate resources to these calls. Some of the services they provide include resolving disputes, responding to crimes, accidents, medical emergencies, fires, and even natural disasters. There is an alarming national trend, however. These call volumes are increasing faster than the population growth. In 2015, the Boston Globe reported that call volumes for medical calls had increased 26% in the last decade. Other services report similar numbers. With growing numbers and communities looking to save money, misuse and abuse has come under greater scrutiny. Misuse and abuse is a major component of statistics. According to a study by the Denver Post in 2009, out of 84,000 medical calls, 30% resulted in nobody being transferred to the ER. These numbers are also comparable for foreign providers. In 2016, in a major study, the Canadian Press found in two major Canadian cities, 30 to 40% of all calls were non-emergencies. There can be many reasons for this. There are mental health issues in the population. Public has a lot more people with chronic health conditions. There's a growing elderly population, no transportation resources, and simply people just trying to avoid wait times in the ER. You can break this down into two components as well. There's unintentional abuse and intentional abuse. Unintentional abuse can be improved by public education and awareness campaigns. Intentional abuse is dealt with by penalties, which can include fines and jail time. There's a big push to increase penalties, which is understandable because of the added expense and stress and increased call volumes. I know in my city of Janesville, ambulance ride can cost upwards of $800. So there's a lot of lost revenue, and then with the increased response times when ambulances may not be available. In conclusion, our 911 system is under pressure from a lot of factors. Providers are asked to do more with the same or less resources. Call volumes are up disproportionately to rising populations. One important factor that could really help this situation is decreasing the misuse and abuse of the 911 system. Across the board, studies suggest that between 30 to 40% of calls are non-emergent. Possible fixes include education and awareness campaigns and enforcing and increasing public fines and penalties for violators. There's still much to be done with this ever-growing problem.